Things learned from Endgame. It was a painful end for Meghan and her army of lies. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the King YouTube channel. So, all the half-truths, all the ridiculous accusations in Scooby-Doo's book are gradually coming out. And the big question on our minds is this: how far is this book gonna go? I mean, we know that absolutely nothing Scabies writes could ever provide anything comprehensive, and why is that? Well, because he is completely biased towards Meghan and Harry too, so everything he writes is all about how great and wonderful the two of them are. He's very flattering towards his idols, and he even looks like Meghan these days. It's really scary, actually. But about everybody else, he is absolutely nasty, but especially the Prince and Princess of Wales. And maybe you want to know why. Well, let me tell you why, because Meghan is so envious of Catherine. She's envious of literally everything about her, who she's married to, the position that she has. Catherine is beautiful, Catherine is elegant. Catherine is also so effortlessly classy, which Meghan is absolutely not. Try as she might, Meghan Markle could never be considered classy. She's a piece of trash. Catherine is also perfectly suited for the royal family, which, okay, Meghan never really wanted to be that, but still, she is so jealous of Catherine. Catherine also enjoys a very healthy relationship with her husband, and as far as I can tell, the rest of the royal family too, and certainly the people of the UK and people overseas as well. But Meghan seems to be hated by everybody who really knows her, and it seems like either Harry is so scared of her he won't stand up to her, or maybe he is just so brainwashed at this point that he's got Stockholm Syndrome. Anyway, Catherine has a great education, and she can talk to anybody, and she enjoys talking to people, while Meghan is not interested in anything at all except achieving money and fame for herself. Catherine has this amazing talent at being able to connect with people from all walks of life, and she really enjoys getting to know others. Meghan could not stand having to shake hands with other people, and she was so offended that she was expected to do so as a working royal without being paid to do that. Catherine is also very talented and accomplished. For example, she plays the piano beautifully. Meghan is not talented in anything. Meghan cannot really do anything successfully as far as we can see. So, of course, anything that Scooby-Doo writes is going to be portraying Meghan and Harry in a positive light, much more positive than their behavior warrants. But in writing Endgame, maybe Scooby-Doo is going to find himself cast out of all circles in which he has been able to move up until this point. Scabies is such a smarmy weasel, and I would be shocked if he were ever allowed to step inside Buckingham Palace again, or any royal residence for that matter, for a press briefing. So what exactly is he going to do now? Where can he go from here? And let's be real here, there was a lot of evil intent behind those lies that were published in that book, and it was he and Meghan were trying their best to hurt Charles and Catherine. And Scooby-Doo is not a young man anymore. This is his life. This is the life that he has chosen. So what does that really say about him? I don't think he has his own family. He's been fired from basically every job. He's not welcomed anywhere. He is a really messed up person, much like his bestie Meghan Markle. So shallow, so dumb, and just trying to be somebody he's not. So the impact of Endgame is going to be much worse for Scooby-Doo than anybody else. He's not going to do anything to really damage the royal family. They're much stronger than that. He will, however, serve to damage those two grifters who have paid him a lot of money to try to hurt Harry's family. There is no way he would have any knowledge of Harry and Meghan's private life, the intimate details in those letters, or the fact that it was Meghan who told Harry to answer his phone when the call came to tell him that his grandmother was fading away, unless it was Meghan and Harry themselves supplying Scooby-Doo with all this information. He could have technically been telling the truth when he claimed that he didn't speak with them directly, but he's already said they've got mutual friends, including that nasty Marcus Anderson. It does not take a genius to figure out that it could have gone something like this. So Meghan passed on some private details to Marcus, who supposedly is actually living with Meghan right now. We don't know where Harry is. And then Marcus passes on that information to Scooby-Doo, and then he includes all of that juice in the book. So no, maybe he didn't have any direct contact with Meghan to get that information, but it was the same thing. Or perhaps it's like what happened with Finding Freedom. Maybe Meghan just forgot that she told him all that. Most people who would be interested in the book, or who care about Harry and Meghan, or care about the royal family for that matter, know all about the way Meghan operates, and we know how evil she is. We know all about her machinations, and we know that whatever she says needs to be taken with a big pinch of salt. Meghan is out to ruin the people who she believes have slighted her, and as she's doing it, she only succeeds in destroying herself. So I guess if Meghan wants to keep on trying to hurt the royal family, we should really just encourage that, because we know she's only going to hurt herself. I mean, she doesn't seem to realize that this strategy is not working out, and I'm afraid it is too late already for her. And as far as the situation with Charles and Catherine supposedly wondering what an unborn Archie was going to look like, it is a tempest in a teapot. And even if they did make some comment wondering about what he was going to look like, that is not racism. That's not offensive to anybody except Meghan Markle. In fact, I think it's just normal curiosity. In spite of the fact that Meghan and Harry marketed themselves as these content creators, they were never that. They never really had anything to sell except their royal connections. And Harry, I mean, come on, he was a not very intelligent army officer. He could have gotten some type of job in the city of London. Meghan maybe could have gotten a few roles in a theater group touring the provinces. A big part of the problem with Meghan and Harry is that they are so delusional. I mean, Harry probably thought that the U.S. Corps was going to give him some type of trophy appointments and he was going to get to schmooze clients. And Meghan figured she was going to be getting all the best movie roles, that the producers are going to be fighting with each other over who gets to cast Meghan. Well, obviously, their delusions have proven to be exactly that, delusions. So I reckon when their American dreams failed to materialize, they decided they had to make a quick buck by selling lies. Scooby-Doo, though, is just pathetic. I mean, he is such a weasel. He doesn't care what he puts out there. He doesn't care if it's true or not. He just wants to make money. So greedy. As he began with entertainment journalism, we know that truth is not always written the way that it should be. Leaving out facts and adding some embellishments is really a part of the game. I do have so much faith and respect, though, for the royal family. And I feel nothing but contempt for Harry and Meghan, and Scooby-Doo too. And as for Scobie, I don't believe a thing that he says or does. It's all for show and it's all for money. And that's why Harry and Meghan are such good friends with him. They really have the same values. We've heard and we've read all the lies that Meghan and Harry tell. And with every single interview and document they publish, just more lies come out. And with Scobie, it is more of the same. I believe that the only big-time losers in this farce are going to be Meghan and Harry and Scobie. I think all of them are going to end up being sued. The crazy thing about Meghan is that she is so good at failing. I don't think she has been successful at anything she has tried. So maybe I should take that back. She does have a talent. She has a talent at failing. I mean, it is pretty amazing. I gotta hand it to her. You would think that by now she would accidentally end up succeeding in something, but no, everything she tries is an absolute failure. And then, the most hilarious part of all this, she still wonders why she's not popular. Well, Meghan, honey, maybe you should listen to the advice of your PR people. I'm sure they have given you something you could have worked with, but you won't listen to anybody. She ignores their advice and she just insists on doing her own thing. She's always convinced that she is right. She truly is the architect of her demise. She cannot get out of her own way. Meghan is also a malignant narcissist. Now look, I'm no psychiatrist, I know. I'm not qualified to diagnose her, but honestly, even a casual observer can see that she shows all the signs. And people who have degrees in psychology and psychiatry have agreed with me. They also have concluded that there is something seriously off about her, and it looks a lot like narcissism. The scary thing about this form of narcissism, malignant narcissism, is that people who suffer from that are highly abusive. People with this personality allegedly get a real sense of satisfaction from harming other people, and they are always willing to manipulate people or lie to get money, to get attention, or other things they want. Does it sound like anybody you know? I guess Meghan's PR people have told her that she needs another reinvention, like that is going to work. She has done this before, and every single time she attempts this reinvention, she turns out to be exactly the same nasty piece of trash we have seen before and we don't want to see ever again. How insane, though, that she thought she could say these horrible things about the King and the Princess of Wales and not face any consequences. I mean, this only makes her more unpopular. I think Netflix is going to be done with them soon. Netflix doesn't want to be involved in this mess. And also, the invisible children are getting old enough. They're going to have to show those children at some point in time. The lies are quickly catching up to Meghan, the money is running out, and the future is not looking good. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to buy this story that all of a sudden the royal family became so racist when Meghan entered the scene. We have seen the whole royal family working with people of all colors, and it goes all the way back to the beginning of Queen Elizabeth's reign. And look, I don't know all that much about all the members of the royal family before the late Queen, but at that time the world was a different place. And Meghan is so upset because she is not an adored billionaire. And reportedly, she and Harry are about to have to move out of Montecito because they don't know how to budget the money they do have. I do wish they would put a stop to all this nonsense and just act like normal, mature adults. And you, do you agree with me? Please tell me your opinion below in the comments. If you think my video is useful, don't be afraid to like and share with your friends and family members who would love it anytime you want. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.